Have you ever felt like you work just to pay bills? You open your banking app and see that most of your money goes to interest, fees, or purchases you don't even remember. Meanwhile, other people seem to live freely. They travel, invest, earn rewards, and never seem to drown in debt. So what's the difference? It's not income. It's how they use their credit cards. For years, we've been taught to fear credit cards. We've heard things like, use it only for emergencies, don't touch it if you don't want debt, or even cut it up as soon as you get it. But no one explained that the problem isn't the card itself, it's how most people use it. While some people sink paying interest, others, the ones who understand the system, use the same card to earn benefits, rack up rewards, and multiply their money. That's right. The wealthy use credit every single day, not to spend, but to build. Today, I'm going to show you how to do the same. What someone like Robert Kiyosaki would do in your position, and how you can turn that piece of plastic in your wallet into a tool for financial freedom. So stick around until the end, because what you're about to learn could completely change how you see money. Chapter 1. The Silent Trap of Easy Credit. Most people fall into the same trap, using the credit card as an extension of their paycheck. They buy before they actually have the money, pay only the minimum balance, and let interest snowball out of control. And the banks? They know it. That's why they give you exclusive offers, increase your credit limit, let you buy with one tap, and push easy payment plans. Their goal is simple: make you spend more without thinking. Every time you buy something you can't pay off in full at the end of the month, you're selling a piece of your future. You're working today to pay for things you already consumed yesterday. And the worst part? You end up believing the problem is your income, when the real issue is the lack of strategy. The system was built for you to stay in debt. But once you learn to think differently, you can use that same system to your advantage. Chapter 2. How the Wealthy Think Differently. While most people use credit to buy things that lose value, the wealthy use it to accelerate growth. They don't spend impulsively. Every expense has a purpose. That luxury trip might look like leisure, but it's often networking. That expensive equipment might be a business tool. Even a dinner can become an investment when it's shared with the right people. To them, a credit card isn't a toy. It's a bridge between where they are and where they want to be. They don't see their credit limit as extra cash. They see it as leverage, a way to advance future gains, as long as the return exceeds the cost. For example, while many pay interest, the wealthy earn rewards, travel miles, cashback, hotel points, discounts, and by paying in full each month, they avoid interest while their real money stays invested and growing. So, while others pay to use borrowed money, the wealthy get paid to use it smartly. The difference isn't in the card, it's in the mindset. Chapter 3. What Robert Kiyosaki teaches about good debt versus bad debt. Robert Kiyosaki said something that changed millions of lives. Not all debt is bad. It's only bad if it takes money out of your pocket. Bad debt is when you finance something that doesn't generate a return. A new iPhone, a big TV, or a vacation paid with interest. That kind of debt makes you poorer, no matter how much you earn. Good debt, on the other hand, gives you power. It's when you use credit to acquire something that produces income, like a course that increases your skills, tools for your business, or a property you can rent out. Kiyosaki built his fortune using good debt, borrowed money invested strategically to make more money. And that principle applies perfectly to credit cards. If you use your card for something that brings in more value than it costs, you're using good debt. But if you use it to impress others, you're digging a financial hole. Chapter 4. Smart Credit Card Strategies. Now that you know the difference, here's how to apply it in real life. Rule 1. Never buy with a credit card what you wouldn't buy in cash. If you wouldn't pay for it today with real money, you probably don't need it. Rule 2. Use your grace period wisely. Buy right after your statement closes. That gives you extra time to pay while your money keeps earning interest elsewhere. Rule 3. Turn fixed expenses into benefits. Things like gas, groceries, or subscriptions can earn rewards if you pay with a card, but only if you pay the full balance each month. Rule 4. Centralize your spending. Use one main card to maximize rewards, track spending, and build a strong relationship with your bank. Over time, that leads to higher limits, better offers, and fewer fees. Rule 5. Track everything. There's no smart strategy without discipline. Use apps, and never treat your credit limit as available cash. Remember, your limit is risk, not income. Chapter 5. Turning spending into wealth. Here's a practical plan to make your card work for you instead of against you. Stop spending to impress. Wealthy people don't buy to look rich. They buy to grow. List your essential expenses. Pay your unavoidable bills, food, transport, utilities with your card, and pay it off in full every month. That way you build rewards without paying interest. Choose reward cards that fit your life. Look for miles, cashback, or points that actually matter to you. Use consistently. These small returns can pay for trips, investments, or emergencies. Use time to your advantage. Buy early in the billing cycle. That gives you up to 40 days to pay while your cash stays invested, earning compound interest. Turn bad debt into smart strategy. If you're already in debt, consider consolidating at a lower rate or transferring your balance to a 0% APR card for a few months. But most importantly, change the habits that created the debt in the first place. Paying without changing behavior only repeats the cycle. 2 types of credit card users. At the end of the day, there are only 2 kinds of credit card users. The slave to credit, always stressed, paying the minimum, unsure of how much they owe, working just to cover interest. Their card looks shiny, but it's a golden chain. The master of credit uses the card strategically, with purpose and control, takes advantage of rewards, manages cash flow, and lets the system work for them, not against them. The difference isn't income, it's mindset. One sees the card as debt, the other sees it as leverage. As Kiyosaki says, poor people work for money, rich people make money work for them. And yes, even your credit card can work for you, if you learn to use it intelligently. You don't need luck. You don't need a raise. You don't need the perfect moment. You just need to use what you already have wisely. Your card can stay a burden or become your tool for freedom. The choice is in your mindset. Decide today to change how you use credit, because no one builds wealth by accident. Wealth comes to those who build it with intention. If this video helped you see money differently, hit like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the channel. Every week, I share practical lessons to help you reshape your financial mindset and build the freedom you deserve.